Setting off from the port of Piraeus for the Aegean, our port of call is Santorini, the island whose breathtaking beauty is renowned throughout the world. The villages on Santorini resemble models created by divine hands. Here visual beauty competes with the azure dream. Life here is a source of happiness. Anyone who visits Santorini visits terrestrial paradise. Poetic images succeed one another. Every corner breathes artistic creation. Every corner uplifts the visitor to a dreamlike perspective. The nightlife on the island is full of delightful surprises. Everywhere the people are in high spirits, singing and celebrating joyously. Every minute of the night is a never-ending pleasure. Santorini is 1,001 nights. Human destiny, 1,001 lives, 1,001 contacts with Santorini, so that you may never be parted. When God decided to make Santorini from earthquakes and catastrophes, He had the Santorini of today in mind, a focal point for tourism the world over. Here in Santorini, all celebrities revere the island's unique beauty. Hollywood has often flirted with Santorini. International stars have visited to spend memorable and peaceful moments. People of the arts and letters, writers, poets, artists, directors, all of whom have honored with their presence and works the fairy tale island. Odysseus Elitis writes in his ode to Santorini how the large lines of its destiny convert infinity. Santorini, basking in the deep blue of the Aegean, is indeed magical and does not fail to amaze. The eruption that occurred in the 7th century BC split the island into 3 parts: Santorini, Thracia, and Aspronisi. The volcano on the island has created a unique landscape that leaves visitors spellbound and arouses strange emotions. As a result of the eruptions, Santorini was thought to be infested with demons and was called the Island of Hell. The wild beauty of the island fills you with awe and wonder. Porcelain is a product of the volcano and is a source of revenue for the island inhabitants. Santorini has inspired many Greeks and foreign artists, painters, photographers, and writers alike have all paid tribute to its marvels. The island boasts of stores with wondrous ornaments and gifts. The variety of the gifts at affordable prices attracts numerous customers. Everything on display is a genuine work of art, masterpieces that captivate and create a need to acquire them. Churches, 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 everywhere churches. The religious faith of the inhabitants of Santorini is unshakable, evident from the innumerable chapels dotted about the island, each one standing out with its own rhythm and style. The tile and whitewash are entrancing. The white on azure intensifies the religious awe. In these churches, the Word of God on weekdays and on Sundays breathes new life into Christians and gives them strength to treasure the sacred and blessed traditions of the Christian faith. Santorini is full of churches, each church a little corner for religious worship. A painting of the whole Santorini landscape. The number of churches is as varied as is the religious veneration of the island's inhabitants. The vines that grow everywhere on the island produce excellent wines, renowned the world over for their great flavour. There are 36 grape varieties grown on the island. Brusco, Lisanto, Malvasia and Nichteri are just some of the fine wines produced on Santorini. Many of the women would collect the grapes and put them in the familiar baskets which they carried by donkey to the wine press or for consumption. The volcano on Santorini has erupted 14 times, the most powerful one being that of 1650 BC. In 1890, excavations were started by the Baron Gartzingen and by Spiros Marinatos. Here are Minoan finds decorated with rosettes and spirals. On display in the Archaeological Museum is the fresco of the fisherman holding his catch of fish. The spring fresco is a rare sample of fine ancient artwork, as are the frescoes of the antelopes and flowers. From Camari Beach we can see the sheer limestone cliff face looming high above. A theatre stage for ancient theatre in the 3rd century BC. The ruins at ancient theatre. In Fira town, there is the Archaeological Museum that houses the finds unearthed at Akrotiri. At Messavounon, there are more exhibits. Goddess Aphrodite tying her sandal. and some ancient urns. Their deserted beaches will soon fill up with the locals and tourists who will enjoy the azure blue skies and sea, bask in the bright Aegean sun and enjoy the tranquil atmosphere. All the beaches on Santorini cater for all comforts and will provide a memorable experience to holidaymakers. Swimming in the sea is indeed a delightful experience here, and the boats bobbing on the surface add colourful brushstrokes to the seascape. During the peak season, holidaymakers revel in the saltiness of the sea and surf. Santorini boasts of many beaches, each one better than the other. No holidaymaker will be disappointed by the beauty of the sea here. The crystal clear waters and modern comforts provided at the beaches will not fail to please. The dark volcanic sand offers a different image to the more familiar Greek shores. You can only know Santorini once you have experienced its countless beauties, from its ruggedness to its serenity. Over the last few years, Santorini has acquired an indescribable magic. The quaint houses with their vivid colours will transfix you on the spot. The whitewash combined with the tiles and indigo blue give wonderful shades of colour. Beauty here is in excess, and you feel as though you have entered a world of fantasy. Everywhere there are arcades and an artistic touch. Everywhere good taste and poetic inclination. Santorini is an island that captivates with its beauty. Apart from its picturesqueness, the island is carpeted with flowers that emit sweet-smelling fragrances. Everywhere picturesqueness and a dreamlike sensation. Everything is magical and poetic. Huge, enticing pools offer a cool dip to every hotel customer. Tourists immortalize every beauty on the island in order to take the images back to their native lands. A windmill, a quaint chapel, and a charming corner add to the magical landscape. We continue our tour to the town of Fira, then Imerovigli and other villages. The harmonious way in which the designs and colours blend is indeed impressive. Even the flowers here are a registered trademark. Picturesque alleys with carefree tourists add to the charm of the place. Santorini is not an elusive myth, but a living reality that will inspire. The sunsets at here are not to be missed. According to the locals and foreigners, they are one of the most spectacular sights in the world. Soon the sun will start to descend and give its place to a spectacular sunset. When night falls, the island's dreamlike aspect will take on a divine dimension. It is a pleasure for the eyes to see this magical world entice you with all its temptations. On Santorini, the nights are never-ending and wondrous. One night can seem like a lifetime. The ship sets off early from Santorini for our return voyage. Sweet Santorini, farewell, but not for long. We promise to return again soon to relive memorable moments. Farewell Santorini, Santorini forever.